Durkheim's theory of suicide. Emile Durkheim, one of the founding figures of sociology, wanted to understand the world in ways that went beyond individual choices and personal feelings. He believed that society influences our actions, even in the most personal decisions. One of his most important studies focused on something as personal and devastating as suicide. He set out to explain why people take their own lives and how society plays a significant role in these tragic decisions. His findings were groundbreaking because they showed that suicide is not just an individual act, it is also a social phenomenon. Durkheim believed that by studying suicide, he could show how society impacts behavior. He carefully collected data and found patterns that could not be explained by individual circumstances alone. He identified 4 types of suicide, each influenced by the relationship between an individual and society. These types were egoistic, altruistic, anomic, and fatalistic suicide. Each one helps us understand how our connection to the larger social world shapes this deeply personal act. Egoistic suicide occurs when people feel disconnected from society. Imagine someone who feels like they do not belong, like an outsider looking in. They might not have strong family ties, close friendships, or a sense of purpose within a group. This lack of connection can leave them feeling lonely and isolated, making them more vulnerable to taking their own lives. Durkheim found that people who were not married or who lacked strong community support were more likely to experience this type of despair. Altruistic suicide is the opposite. It happens when someone feels so deeply connected to a group or cause that they are willing to sacrifice their life for it. Think about soldiers who die in battle or people who end their lives for the good of their community. In these cases, the individual's sense of self is so closely tied to the group that they see their death as serving a higher purpose. While this might sound noble, it is still a tragedy, as it highlights the overwhelming pressure someone can feel to prioritize the group over their own life. Anomic suicide occurs when people experience sudden and overwhelming changes in their lives, particularly when social norms and rules seem to break down. Imagine losing a job, going through a divorce, or living in a society that has just experienced an economic collapse. In these situations, people can feel like they have lost their way, as if the world no longer makes sense. Without clear guidance or stability, they may feel hopeless and resort to suicide. The 4th type, fatalistic suicide, is less common but still important. It happens when people feel trapped in a situation where their lives are controlled by strict rules or oppressive circumstances. Imagine someone living under extreme authoritarian rule or enduring endless abuse. In these cases, the future can seem so bleak and unchangeable that suicide feels like the only escape. Durkheim's study of suicide revealed something incredibly important: the ways we connect to society matter deeply. When people have strong social ties and clear guidance, they are less likely to feel lost or overwhelmed. But when these ties are weak or society feels chaotic, people can be more vulnerable. Durkheim showed that even something as personal as suicide is influenced by the larger social world. His work also changed how we think about mental health and societal responsibility. It is not enough to look at individual struggles, we also need to look at the social environment. Are people feeling isolated? Are they experiencing too much pressure to conform? Are they living through rapid changes that make life feel unstable? By addressing these broader social issues, we can help create a world where fewer people feel pushed to the brink. Today, Durkheim's theory of suicide is still incredibly relevant. We see examples of his ideas in modern issues like the mental health crisis, economic uncertainty, and social disconnection. Understanding his work helps us see that solutions need to go beyond treating individuals. We need to build stronger communities, provide better support systems, and create societies that offer stability and purpose. If you found this explanation helpful and want to explore more fascinating ideas about how society shapes our lives, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more content that makes complex ideas easy to understand. Let us keep learning and growing together.